Well, that was scary. I forgot. See? I forgot to back the camera out. You were up my nose. Sorry about that. Let me get this. Fucking great videography, Jeffrey. Oh God. When your sinuses are bad, it's all bad. When I get done surfing today, I'm gonna take a good hot shower and I think I have some. Yeah, I have a bunch of. They give you these little tokens for the shower. I have a whole bunch of them. So Ashdod, the last video. Sorry about that. You guys can see every little blemish. My eyes are all bloodshot. How shitty, how bad I am at maintaining my beard. It's all uneven and pocked out. I don't care. What? Like, I'm so proud. Let's go to. It's interesting because that place, Ashdod. See, what gets me is in Acts they call Ashdod Azotus, so it had changed to a Greek name, and that's why Black Hebrew Israelism and this bullshit about we're gonna speak the Hebrew in the last days. We're gonna speak this. Shut the fuck up. Speak English, dude. They're trying to make themselves sound like they're better than everyone else by saying the most stupid, inane things that could or could not be, might be true, might have some truth to them, might be some meaning to what they're saying, but they leave it at such a carnal, ridiculous, stupid, black power level that it's like, are you guys retarded? So, the interesting thing about translations, and I at one point I was really interested in translations and transliterations. I got some literature, some books on the different translations of the Bible and things like that, and I got into studying the Greek and the Hebrew. But the one thing I learned about that was that it's not really that important, unless the most important thing about that is knowing the real meaning of the Hebrew words and the Greek words. And if you have a good study Bible, it gives you it points you in the right direction. But a lot of that, see, let me say something real quick. So yesterday I was listening to Gabar, and he was saying, we're all going to speak the Hebrew language at the end and blah, blah, blah. Because it's somewhere in Isaiah, it says, I'm probably open to it if God's spoken and proposed will. Remember the former things of old, for I am God, there is none else. I am God, and there is none else. He always says I am. He doesn't say I'm Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. These guys are fucking out of their mind. So what he was saying was that somewhere in Isaiah they're going to speak the let me see where I'm going first. We're all going to speak the Hebrew language. Ashdod 1. It's in Joshua 11:22. Interesting number. Joshua 11:22. Don't let me forget that. Joshua 11:22. I think what Isaiah was probably saying, and I can hear him trying to push his ridiculous, we're all going to speak the Hebrew. No, we're not. I think what Isaiah was probably saying is that the real elect, like men like me, we're not going to speak Hebrew, but we're going to understand the Bible in a Hebrew mindset. And so when I read the Bible, what I'm saying is the translation of the Hebrew to your mind is what it is. It's not from word to word. It's not saying, Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakakadash, Kwam Yasharala. It's not some other language that no one understands. It's your understanding of what the original text was trying to tell you. These guys are just, it hurts. It makes my brain want to cave in on itself. 11:22. So Ashdod. There's a map here. Ashdod. 11:22 it reads. Now here we are going to the sorry. See how messed up I am? Probably sleeping in the tent doesn't help. I think that's part of the problem of me at this age sleeping in a tent in January. Probably not that good for a 62-year-old man unless I'm trying to kill myself. So this is interesting because it says the Anakim's destroyed. So this is what they call the giants. The Anakim were part of Goliath and these guys, the Rephaim, the Anakim, the Nephilim, the giants, these giants. Don't get me started. I'm going to try and stay away from that because it's misunderstood. People think there was actually these huge people. I doubt it. I don't see enough proof of it. The only proof that I see that there was giants is that ancient infrastructure. It makes you think these people must have been huge to make the pyramids and to make some of these structures out of 1,000-pound blocks of stone. That makes me think there might have been giants, but I have a feeling we were able to move things with our spiritual power. I don't think we were huge. I think we were huge spiritually. We knew how to take energy out of that ether, right? Makes more sense to me. Well, we'll see at the end. I'm just saying, I lean towards the spiritual every time. If there's a question between spiritual and carnal, the Lord has taught me to lean towards spiritual. And you'll find more understanding there than going, yeah, they were 12 feet tall. They had hands that were as big as a plate or whatever the bullshit these guys say. Anakim's destroyed. It's Joshua 11:21. And at that time came Yeshua and cut off the Anakims from the mountains, from Hebron, from Debir, from Anab, and from all the mountains of Judah. So when I think of these Anakims, these giants, these were the ones that mixed with humans, the angels. And Joshua, Yeshua, Jesus, said, I'm not going to let them come into my people's area anymore. They're too much trouble, so they're cut off. They're held back from coming into the earth. And so when it says, when this part of this translation is saying, this is all the way back in Joshua. So when we look at the 5 books of the Tanakh, I think we have to realize that it was a different dimension. It was dimensionally different. So these words that came out of this book were like, they're trying to explain carnal things or spiritual things with carnal words. And it's like, I don't think it's what you think it is. A lot of people think it is. And from all the mountains of Judah and from all the mountains of Israel, Yeshua destroyed them utterly with their cities. Get the fuck out of here. Boom. You guys got to go. I'm tired of your nonsense. They were a problem to mankind. So Jesus came as Joshua to rearrange the dimensions so that this bullshit wasn't going on. Some are super powerful and they were coming in and out of the dimensions, fucking with people. That's what I think. That's how I feel as an angel, as someone who's just this side of the veil. I feel like I don't belong here, like I'm in this dimension. I'm trapped here as a human. It's fucking funky, man. It's like, I want to go home, but he's like, no, you got to stay here. You're one of the ones that I'm punishing for being rebellious, right? So then 22, there was none of the Anakims left in the land of the children of Israel, only in Gaza, in Gath, and in Ashdod there remained. So does that just fuck you up? You're like, so some of these most spiritual people might actually be the one that these Israelites are trying to kill in Gaza, the Gaza Strip. They're like, no, you people get in Gaza where you belong. That's the only place that the Lord will allow them to be. And what's he doing? They're getting tortured. It's a witness. It's a witness against Ish, Gath, Ashdod. These are places that are still there over there. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't feel anything for Ish. I feel a lot for the Palestinians. Just saying. It's nothing personal. I'm just saying what my spirit says. It's not that hard to figure out. If Ish is friends with America, we're wicked, man. This place is the wicked. Hollywood, all of it. Moon launches and going all over the earth, destroying people and taking their land. We're awful, man. Hate to say it, America. Hate to say it. Come after me. Come get me. Take me out. Hurry. So Joshua took the whole land. So Yeshua, Jesus took the whole land. This is what I say when I say that all the land is ours. Jesus already took it for us. Ashdod, Gath, Gaza, Gath, and Ashdod remained. So Joshua, verse 23, took the whole land according to all that the Lord said unto Moses. And Yeshua gave it for an inheritance unto Israel. According to their divisions by their tribes. And the land rested from war. So this whole, see, that's how you read the Bible. I'm teaching you how to read the Bible. What do we want to know? We want to know what Azotus is. For some reason it turned into that word that used to be Ashdod. It's Ashdod still. How did it go to Azotus? It went back to Ashdod. So this is some kind of translation that they're trying to throw you off. See, that's the point I'm trying to make about when I'm teaching you guys the Bible. I'm trying to get you to understand there are things that they switched around to get you off track. And so when Gabar and Tahar, or these idiots, whatever the point that they're making when they're saying, at the end we're going to learn, we're all going to speak Hebrew. No, we're not going to speak Hebrew. We're going to speak sense. We're going to speak the true meaning of what the book says. So this is a good example of it, where you take that word, Azotus, and you go, what is that? And you look down here and it says Ashdod, and it's in Joshua 11:22. Why didn't they just say Ashdod? Why? Because they don't want you to know that this place, but Philip was found at Ashdod. He was found among the angels. He was found among the mighty men. He was found in the dimension. He was behind the veil. See, if we could just, oh God, it drives me, my head starts itching. I feel like my brain's going to seep out my top of my head. If we could just think a little better, man, and read a little better and understand spiritual things, we could get to the bottom of some of this. I don't know. I hate to get so emotional about it because I know I hate when Vincent Rhodes, Coffee with Jesus. Check this nigga out. Coffee with Jesus, Vincent Rhodes. This guy from Oklahoma. Oh. Not only is that Oklahoma accent just too much, but he also speaks with a lot of emotion. I mean, bro, calm it down, brother. Calm it down. So let's see what it says about Ashdod, and then I'll close out. And then when I come back tomorrow, we'll go into Saul's conversion. When King Saul went to Saul of Tarshish, went to St. Paul. Okay, Gath. Let's read both of these. So Gath, Ashdod, Gaza. Gath, the Tell of El Safi, was one of the 5 chief cities of the Philistines, located in the coastal plain of southern Palestine. That's where they're at still, right? The West Bank and Gaza. Like Ashdod, it was one of the remaining homes of the Anakim giants, it says. The reference is in 2 Samuel 21, 22. So we have these 21, 22s, 12, 11, 11, 12. It's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It should be simple. It's supposed to be simple with the numbers, but people are retarded and they can't understand. Its precise location remains uncertain. Well, we kind of know. It's right there on the edge of Israel. The Philistine inhabitants of Ashdod sent the ark to Gath. Gath was also the home of Goliath. There you go. The Philistine, 1 Samuel 17. David befriended Achish, the king of Gath, during the days when he fled from King Saul. So David was friends with these guys, right? My dad was friends with these guys. David befriended Achish during the days when he fled from Saul. David captured Gath during his reign. So how did he capture these giants? He knocked them out with stones. He out-spiritualed them. The stone means he hit him with Jesus. He hit him over the head with Yeshua. The residents of Gath, known as Gittites, were still subject to Israel during Solomon's reign. That's what I try and tell you guys all the time. David subdued the nations. That's why these beasts out here, every spiritual entity is under the house of David. That's just how it is. Everyone's under me. Everyone. You'll see in the end. I can't explain it right now. All you see is a red-faced surfer dude screaming at the phone, but one day you'll see the difference. It's not arrogant. I'm saying, give me a little room here. They were under Solomon's reign, although they had their own king. 1 Kings 2:39. Solomon's son Rehoboam fortified Gath, but the city returned to the hand of the Philistines. So where are these giants now? If they were giants, there'd still be fucking giants. They're not. It doesn't mean giant. It means they had some spiritual power that was hard to explain. And so they called them, I don't know, what do we call them? They were different. They were freaks. They were monsters. They were spiritual monsters. They were like humans, right? Spiritual monsters. Sorry, I don't mean to yell. It's just, there's so many people talking stupid out here. It hurts my brain, hurts my soul. But the city returned to the hand of the Philistines. Later, Hazael recaptured Gath, and Uzziah broke down its walls. In 2006, the oldest Philistine inscription yet discovered was found at Gath by Aaron Meir, which includes the name Goliath. What do you think the word Goliath really means? Go, lie, go. He could go and come as he wanted. He was uncapturable. The reason David was able to take him out is because he stood before him, and David went, I can see you now, bro. You coming? He was arrogant. The thing that Goliath had probably wasn't his size. It was his ability to fucking move through dimensions. Goliath. He went from here to there. He was a myth. He was a mist. He was in the ether. He was an angel. You could slip behind the veil. Ashdod was one of the 5 principal Philistine cities, situated 3 miles from the Mediterranean coast and 18 miles northeast of Gaza. That's probably the West Bank. Ashdod. Ish is in control of Ashdod right now. The city's military and economic significance was enhanced by its location on the main highway between Egypt and Syria. Same story, different fucking time frame, right? That's why Israel took that land. Ish took it. Because they couldn't stand having these nice, lovely, dark-skinned. Jesus probably looked like a Palestinian. That's probably what color he was. A little darker than me. Some of the Anakim were found there in the days of Joshua, and the inhabitants were too strong for the Israelites at that time. They weren't too strong. They were too spiritually nimble. They were quicker. They could disappear. They were shapeshifters. That's why we still see shapeshifters to this day. You guys ever seen a shapeshifter? Man, I saw one face to face one time. A gnarly shapeshifter. This chick, whoa. She made me levitate. She made me levitate. And she shapeshifted. I've seen it. I've seen a lot of shit, people. I've seen a gnarly shapeshifter shapeshift before my eyes. I was looking at her, and I seen her turn into someone that she wanted me to like. She fucking entranced me by shifting into something. She made my mind see her differently. She changed my perception. Come on, sir. These people, do we see giants? No. But we do see shapeshifters, don't we? Craziness out here. Just craziness. You got to stay in the spiritual, people. The carnal is going to you're going to get stomped. You're going to get stomped. That the inhabitants were too strong for the Israelites at the time. It was among the towns assigned to Judah. That's why my family has these spiritual abilities, you might say, but was not occupied by them. Ashdod was still independent in the days of Samuel when, after the defeat of the Israelites, the ark was taken to the house of Dagon. 1 Samuel 5:1. There is no report that it was occupied by David, although he defeated the Philistines many times. Likewise, no definitive knowledge exists that it was ever subdued by Judah before the time of Uzziah. Why? Because it wasn't there. How can you subdue someplace that disappears before your very eyes? When they took the ark to Ashdod, when they took the ark there, that's why we couldn't find it. They hid it from us. They were in another dimension. The prophet Amos predicted the destruction of the city because of its inhumane treatment of the Israelites. Zephaniah refers to the desolation of Ashdod. That's when we go back to Acts. Where did he go? He disappeared. He disappeared to Ashdod. He was behind the veil. That's why Philip disappeared from the eunuch, right? Do you guys understand what I'm trying to teach here? Let me see what I got. That's all I got. You guys got to get... refers to the desolation of Ashdod and Zechariah to its degraded condition. It continued to be inhabited, however, for Jews intermarried with women of Ashdod after the return from Babylon. When we came back, when Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, that's why we have this power. When we came back from Babylon, we settled in Ashdod. That's why the Lord is bringing these things to me to bring to you. When we got back from Babylon, we were given a new spiritual power because we returned home. We went home. You get it? And that's why we slipped behind the veil. You guys got to start thinking about the veil. What's it mean to be hidden by the veil? What's it mean that you can't touch me? You can't... Am I here? Am I really here? I don't think I'm really here. I think this is just something the Lord did. I'm not understood. I'm not taken seriously. It'll happen, but right now it is what it is. All right, believers, I love you. Think about these things. Your spirit will tell you the truth. JD Niger, I'm out.